Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your preview of the just announced Canon 5D Mark III. So everybody on the Canon side has been waiting for a 5D Mark III for quite a long time, and due to a lot of issues that were going on in Japan and the flooding that happened in Thailand, a lot of things have been delayed on both sides of the channel here. So let's run down pretty much what the 5D Mark III is going to offer you. There's a lot of updates that you would expect in this camera that take it well beyond what the 5D Mark II could do. But then there's some things that leave you scratching your head going, well, why weren't these here? They were shortcomings in the 5D Mark II. They made some tweaks in the 5D Mark III, but again, left some of them a little short and leaving you scratching your head going, why didn't they just put that in there? So specs, 22.3 megapixels. I don't know where they get the 0.3 and why they've gone up from 0.1, but 22 is a good spot to be. It's not 36, which is overkill in my mind, especially when the file size is so large. And what Canon does that's really great is allow you to take a RAW file and shoot it at a much smaller resolution. That's something that's proprietary to Canon, and that's a good option to have in your camera. Because if you don't want to shoot at 22.3 megapixels, maybe you want to shoot it at a smaller RAW size, but still get the quality out of the camera that you're looking for. So being able to do that will save you room on your cards, depending on what you shoot. So that's a good option. 61 autofocusing points. That's a major, major upgrade from the 5D Mark II, which only had 9. And you know, a lot of people wanted that better autofocus for shooting their weddings, for shooting sports, because the 5D Mark II wasn't really a sports camera, and the 5D Mark III, which shoots now at 6 frames a second, may find its way into nature photographers' hands and sports photographers' hands because it shoots at a pretty fast clip. It uses a 7D metering system, which I've got a guy who knows a lot about this camera already, so that's why I reached out to him, because I wanted to know as much as I could from somebody who's actually used it, and that's why I spoke to who I spoke to, and they were able to give me some good information that, you know, I can pass along to you. I don't know why it used the 7D metering system. That's an older camera that should be replaced anytime soon. Why would it use the old metering system when they could use the metering system from like the 1DX or something like that, or even the Mark III? Sorry, the Mark IV. I don't know why they would do that. That's one of those shortcoming things. I don't know why. But 6 frames a second, that's a good thing, especially 22.3 megapixels, 6 frames a second. Very good. Let's see. Compact flash card and SD card slot. I personally like having both CF cards in my D3S. I like that, but you know, just like the D800 has 2 card slots, a CF and an SD, that's what the 5D Mark III has. So nothing wrong with that. If you want to shoot 2 cards, video to one, JPEGs to one, RAW to the other. If you want to shoot JPEG, we know I like to shoot RAW, so that's not a big deal. That's a good thing to have 2 card slots. That's an upgrade. It shoots 14-bit RAW. ISO ranges from 100 to 25,600 in its native settings. That's a good thing. That's a long way. And from what my guy tells me, it's a 2-stop difference. It's 2 stops better with ISO range than what the 5D Mark II was. So for example, I wrote it right here, 25,000 ISO in the it's late. In the 5D Mark III is like 6,400 in the 5D Mark II. So that's pretty insane. That's a good quality to have for low light shooting. So what else do we have? We got video modes. 1080p. You do that at 24, 25, and 30. I know people are going to be upset that it doesn't shoot at 1080p at 60 frames a second, but there's not many cameras out there that currently do that. But at 720, it does 60 frames a second, so you can get your high speed, so you can slow down and do your slow motion video, which is a good thing. It does 29 minutes, 59 seconds, which is very good. It has a 3.2-inch screen, another nice screen on the back, but it does not allow you to do uncompressed video through an HDMI port. That's something that I'm sure a lot of the Canon pros would have loved to have in this camera, and I think that's a mistake that it's not there. It would be great because this camera is going to find its way into a lot of videographers' hands. They loved this camera for shooting video and making TV shows. The 5D Mark II was probably one of the most popular video DSLRs ever made, and why it doesn't do the HDMI output, I don't know. Who knows if it will be added? Who knows if it would even be added in the 1DX? We shall see. So there's different ISO ranges that you can do when you're shooting video. For photos, you got 100 ISO to 25,600. For video, you can go from 100 to 102,000. No, my numbers are off. I wrote it here. So video will do 100 ISO to 12,800, which is not bad. And the ISO normal range is 100 ISO to 25,600, but expandable all the way up to 102,400. There's also no crop mode, so you can't get like when Nikon gives you that DX crop mode. None of that exists here in this 5D, so you don't get that option. But from what my guy says is that it blows the 5D Mark II, it blows its autofocus out of the water. So yeah, it's a little late. I'm making this, it's 2 in the morning, I think I'm recording this at, and I'm in DC, that's why I'm in a hotel room. But you know, you could expect it to be a great camera. There's really not much else to say other than, you know, if you have a 5D Mark II and you're very happy with it, there may not be a reason to upgrade to this. And here's the reason why it may not be good to upgrade to. $3,500 price tag for body only. And if you want to get the grip, you're looking at $490 list price. You're at roughly $4,000, which is where you used to be for a pro level full like flagship body. That's expensive. $3,500 is expensive, so that's a little bit of the downfall. And I know there's going to be a lot of comparisons between the Nikon D800 and the Canon 5D Mark III. Don't even worry about it. If you're a Canon shooter, stick with your Canons. If you're a Nikon shooter, stick with your Nikons. I don't think anybody should be jumping ship to go from a D800 to a 5D Mark III. I just don't think it's going to happen. There should be no arguing between which is better. It's whatever's better for you. You know what? I would say I would go buy a 5D Mark III. I don't care. I need to learn the camera. I need to get one. I think it's going to be good to use, especially for me to learn on and test out with different Canon lenses to bring you guys different reviews. But to stay on task here, this is about the 5D Mark III. It's going to be a very good camera. It's going to be even good for sports, landscapes, nature, wedding photography, people that are just doing straight up videography. That's a good thing. So this is a very well-rounded camera, and you're going to pay for that at $3,500. It's up from where you were looking, from what you were paying for a 5D Mark II, which you can currently get for like $22-ish $100 now. So upgrading, yeah, if you want to upgrade, by all means, go ahead and do it. It's going to be a great camera. We'll see what the quality looks like when we get sample images and full production cameras, but there's no reason to expect it to be anything but a very, very good camera. So that's it. That's a preview of a 5D Mark III. As soon as a real one comes into Alan's camera, I will unbox it, do a sniff test, and then bring you guys some results. So if you'd like to pre-order it from Alan, by all means, alanscamera.com. Give them a call, 215-547-2841. Put your name on one. Get it reserved. Ask for the Fro price, even though the Fro price is going to be the same as everybody else's price because it's a brand new camera. So I hope that helps you out and gives you a little bit of insight into my thoughts about the 5D Mark III and gives you a rundown of the specs and what it does. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.